How's it going, guys? Welcome to Ambro's Landscaping YouTube channel. It has been a very long time since I posted a video. Now that the season is starting up, I plan on posting a lot more. Last year I went solo. This year I finally have an employee, so I'll be able to post a lot more content now that it's not as stressful of a year as it was last year, if a lot of you guys remember. So in today's video, we are up at my grandparents' house. We're talking about the Husqvarna stand-on. So Husqvarna sent this to me last year. I don't think I did a single video on my YouTube channel last year on this. It was towards the end of the season, and then I had a couple issues that I had with it when I first received it. It wasn't a brand new mower. It had about 50-something, 60-something hours on it, and so you can tell that this is not a brand new mower. If you guys look at the engine, you can see that a lot of the aluminum parts and stuff like that is kind of oxidized. So this was definitely a dealer mower, and clearly, which is why it had 50-60 hours on it. I had two issues with this. One, the battery was completely shot. Every time I went to go start it, the battery was completely dead, so I had to go buy a brand new battery. That was one issue. The other issue that I'm having with it, and this is not necessarily saying it's Husqvarna mower, this specific one, I think the dealer maybe just didn't do a thorough job before they sent it to me. The other issue is that when I'm riding, because I've used this at my house, when I'm riding, the throttle lever tends to come loose and the throttle starts to go down. So not a major issue, well, it kind of is, because if it's not staying its consistent RPMs with the blade speed, that's going to be an issue. So something I'll have to take a look at. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started to our first riding shotgun of the 2021 season. All right, so as some of you guys know, I don't run stand-on mowers. This is actually the first ever stand-on mower I've ever owned. The last stand-on mower that I had was the 𝐒𝐓𝐀𝐘 one that they sent me to do the review. And I had mixed feelings about that mower. There's things I liked about it, and then there was things I did not like about it. Now, this is not a review of this mower quite yet, because I haven't really put that much time on it. But I will say, I'm sure there is a learning curve for you guys that do run stand-ons all the time. Clearly, I'm not used to them, and that is why I keep tearing up the turf. Granted, I am turning it around on hillsides, so hold on, let me double check. There it is. Okay, so I got that tear right there. I got another tear. So basically everywhere I turned around, I had a tear. Even when I was on the concrete, I still couldn't get traction. So I just don't know if the mower's just not really well balanced, or I'm just not that experienced when it comes to stand-on mowers. So I'm sure that there is a specific way, maybe with stand-on mowers, that you do turn them around, that I am actually not used to. So it's also, we need to test this out on how well it does in thick grass. So there is a section over in this property where the grass is pretty thick, but then there's a really big section where the grass is way overgrown. I probably wouldn't even call it grass, it's just out in the flower bed section. So we're gonna be showcasing this in low grass and then also high grass. So let's go show some high grass. So this is the grass that I was talking about. So this is what we of course just recently cut. As you guys can see, we have a lot of grass and straw from last season. There's some sticks in here, blackberry bushes, and you can tell we have a trail that goes down there into the woods, and then we also have another one up here, which, let me turn that up so you guys can see. So of course we want to maintain these trails because we need access. This is where we get our firewood and everything like that. Ooh, that's dark. So we're gonna take a couple swaths at this guy right here. You can see that it's basically just a bunch of folded over grass, just to kind of cut it out, see how well it does, and kind of go from there. And like I said, that kind of gives you guys a good idea whether or not this mower can do good with a perfect starter off mower. Let's just go with that. And so let's set it up, see how it does. All right, so I went through it, and honestly, I could say the mower did pretty well. It's not, of course, the best, but it's also not the worst. I think that if you were to buy this as a starter mower where you were maintaining properties similar to this, now this stuff has not been mowed probably in like 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years, because this was the outer boundary of what we typically mow. So there was already a lot of grass that was already folded over. We weren't cutting that low. I am cutting at, I believe it's 2.5 inches. So that was a 2.5 inch cut. And you can kind of see how, well, maybe not see how thick it is, but at least it was about I would say at least a foot of pretty thick stuff. And then all the other stuff was kind of loose. So overall, that's the mower here at this property. Did fairly well. I do have a review on this coming later. I want to put a little bit more time on it before I officially say yay or nay, but personally, probably for what we do, it would be a no for me. I usually don't do stand-on mowers. I usually do walker mowers because they just have the cut. With being in the Northwest, thick green grass with mulching, we need a deck that flips up easily so we can clean out. This with a fixed deck, just like any other zero turn, I stay away from those since we don't use them much anymore. But overall, I thought the mower did pretty well for at least what we did here. And so anyway, so I'll have a review on this later. That is this video. So now I'm gonna go start on the next video, which is hedge trimming the large hedge up there. So I want to get over there because it's getting a little bit later in the day. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I hope you guys enjoy us being back, and I plan on posting a lot more videos. I am planning on starting a new YouTube channel. I'll explain a little bit more about that later, but stay tuned and I will talk to you guys next time.